I mean, let's create some sort of baseline. What is role-playing to you? And this is to you both, Cats and the chat. What do you think role-playing is?
That's a big question, but I guess one magical thing about role-playing is that it is oftentimes whatever you personally make of it. Because you're going to have these really strict role players who want to strictly follow a certain lore, certain rules, whereas for somebody else, it could, just be as simple as, imagining themselves smithing something or harvesting the crops, and it doesn't have to be all the time either. And everything in between. But for me personally, it is trying to imagine my character's life through her eyes. She doesn't know anything about my life. She doesn't know anything about the world outside of Wurm. All of her decisions and her thought processes and the way that I play her as a character are related to the experiences she's having in the game. And any new people I met, like for instance, if I were to meet a new player, even though I knew that person, I knew the player behind that character, had my character never met that person before, she would absolutely treat the situation as she's meeting somebody completely new. So that's basically it, is just imagining and playing the game as if it's through my character's eyes and experiences.
And let's see what some of these people are saying. So, Kementari, you're saying a good thing about having dedicated server areas for RP is that people joining the game or into that kind of play style would be able to see where to go for like-minded players. Yeah, so it's for community reasons. If you had like an area for RPing, it directs them there. I am not NSA. You're saying you can role play around the non-role players, treat them as strange aliens or a strange cult, blabbering weird words or topics that you don't understand. As long as there is no direct briefing, role players can get around any problem, really. And Arcaicus, you're saying you think it is relatively simple what roleplay is. It is what you do and what you say within the settings, as if the character you are playing really only knows that setting, as if the in-game setting is the real world. And you can only know what you could have knowledge from having only lived in that setting.
Exactly. Right. That's nicely put. Yeah.
Now, in saying that, then I feel like that's what a lot of players did. And that's what I did a lot in games like EverQuest, in games like Vanguard, in the sense that, let's say I started a character and I was a troll, and then all of a sudden, trolls in EverQuest were not the smartest bunch, I would say. Or if I wanted to roll a halfling, and then you would take on that persona when you're talking to people. You wish Wurm staff would at least roleplay like they are working on a new combat system. Yeah. But then, we wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want them to pretend. So here's a quick dilemma update. So we haven't found many players.
I'm surprised, actually.
Yeah, we have made it to a desert. I don't necessarily see... Okay, so there's a mountain. Maybe that's the mountain here? Maybe, or this one.
Oh, I have a feeling we're much more west than that.
You think so?
We've been going on forever now. And I'm so surprised that we haven't bumped into anyone But of course, to be fair, that last time I went, I was going along the south,
Mm.
sorry, southeast corner. So it would have been along the sort of shorelines, whereas now we're in the middle of the server. So maybe,
I don't necessarily see. Here's the problem. I don't see a desert. Does anybody see a desert on this map next to water? There's a desert. This looks like steppe. Did I go somewhere I shouldn't have gone? So west, yeah. West would be this direction. And there's another. It's almost like I have no idea where I should be going at this point. Seeing no players and seeing no landmarks.
yeah, now you see what I'm talking about, that it's really hard to actually, like, navigate on this server. So, how about yourself, Faeran? How do you see role playing? What does it mean to you?
I think it's very similar to what you guys are saying. Being able to play a character in the game in the sense that you become your avatar, whatever you're wanting it to be, him to be or her to be. And oh, okay, gators here. And like, I mean, I would say that it's that simple. Like, and it gets more confusing in the sense that because it's so open and you can basically say, I want my character to be like whatever, as long as you stick to that. Like, that's your character, that's your character's personality. We often all do this already.
Mm-hmm.
We often all already have some sort of character in mind when you're in the game that's not quite yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And so in that respect, it's almost like we're all role play already to a degree. Whether you're in the game, we're talking about Wurm, you're talking about if you're a player that stays away from, let's say, real world topics, if you're a player that stays away from politics, real world politics, or what's going on in your life as it is, and you're just saying like, oh, I'm gonna go and chop down that tree, or I'm gonna go make that boat today because that's what I'm gonna do. You're role playing your character in the game. That is you to us. We view you as that guy that's really anxious. You come online and you're really excited to learn something. So you're that guy that's really excited to build that boat, and you're that guy that's really excited to do whatever you're trying to do. And so it's not a big stretch to say that if that's how I view it, then as long as you just sort of stay away from real life issues, real life topics, real life problems, and you're sort of just, I'm viewing that person as role playing. And thank you so much for those 2 follows, Purple Wedgie and Kementari 1771. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I've always viewed it. I didn't need somebody to tell me to roleplay.
Mm-hmm. That makes total sense. And just, you know, like, one thing is that we are playing a medieval game, and I think most people, when they're like, of course, there are some people who set up really crazy, wacky looking deeds with, you know, bright pink things, and they try to make like modern looking structures and so forth. But it seems like most players at the end of the day, they've come to play Wurm because they enjoy that medieval setting. And
Hmm.
that in itself already is an indicator that there's a little role play in that person. Because if we were to, let's just say we were to strip all of this medieval stuff and a Wurm would be suddenly converted to a modern day game, like The Secret, what was it? The Secret World. I guess that's like a modern time like setting. There would be an
Yeah.
upheaval. There would be an upheaval. People would be, that just goes to show that for people it's actually important that this is a medieval game. They're enjoying immersing themselves in that imaginary experience of living in the medieval times and having, you don't have the TVs and you don't have the computers and you don't have the
Hmm.
mobile phones. You're having to just um, survive basically on these primitive tools and so forth. So in a way, everyone who is playing Worm are kind of role playing without even realizing it.
Right. And I think that a lot of us, and me included, when we were playing games back in the day, EverQuest back in the day, we were role playing without even realizing it. That's just what we did. We immersed ourselves in the world. That's what we loved about it. Oh God. That's just what we did.
Hmm. And
And there
actually,
were people that talked about political stuff and people that talked about real world stuff. And those are the things that really would break that immersion into the world. But you didn't happen often, and that's probably why I stay clear even today, even in EverQuest and stuff, of any of those world channels,
mm,
Freedom and GL Freedom and
I
Trade,
don't read
and
those either. Yeah,
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 I stay
yeah.
away from them because it breaks that immersion into the game for me. I don't even think of
Hmm.
it as it breaks role play for me. It breaks the
Mm,
game for me.
hmm.
And that's why I sort of stay away from those type of things, or I don't really make it a priority to catch up to those things. And if you're that type of player as well, like if you're sitting there and thinking, I don't necessarily like what they're talking about in GL Freedom, like whatever it is, maybe you're a similar type of player as well, and that you would not mind role play at the same time. And before the chat gets too far here, typical saying, yeah, I just imagine that others are role playing. I mean, pretty much, in the sense that I just imagine other people are playing. They enjoy Worm and the Worm reality with us. I mean, that's why we're playing. They talk about Worm, and I mean, that's what I do whenever we're in local chat. If we ever find somebody here around, we'll do the same thing. And Lakabar was saying that he thinks that to stream role playing, all you would want is a proxy chat voice chat, which is really funny because Worm had a proxy voice chat when we started back in 2012, and nobody used it. It as far as I remember, it worked. I remember hearing some players talk in the game. Nobody did it.
But I'm guessing that the people were probably not even using it for role play though. Um,
I don't remember a lot of people using it in general, and I think it
mm.
was because, and correct me if I'm wrong for people that remember those times, Rolf made it a feature you had to pay for.
Oh my goodness.
If I remember correctly.
You had to pay for, but I guess
Extra for it.
he must have been paying for some, a server system for that or something. I'm not sure. I'm not
It
sure how
must have
those work
been.
at all.
Yeah, I think it was a third party thing that like Worm
Mm,
does a lot of those things, incorporated
mm.
into the game, and then I don't know if he paid like for a server service of some kind, like back then, and that's why he wanted to offset that cost. That if you wanted to use it, you'd pay for it, and then eventually just found no one was using it and removed it from the
Well, no
game.
wonder. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, Lakabar, he is a new Wurm player, and he is a very experienced role player, actually. It's been really lovely, just like talking about, if we just very quickly talk about who
Mm.
are new, Wormian streamers, there's actually a few role playing streamers as well. We've got Elminster, who's actually streaming right now. We've got Lakabar, who has a lot of experience with role play. And we had a real juicy conversation about role playing on Lakabar's stream one day. And Lakabar, you were explaining on your stream about games like Ark, and we were talking about all these these games that have like the role playing servers that the players have set up, and how everyone is role playing with voice. I don't think I could do that myself. I'm much more like I like to just do it in text, but still very fascinating to watch those streams for sure. And so you would like to see something similar for Worm, that people would be, I mean, if it would be like a separate channel only meant, like a voice channel only meant for role playing only. I think that's what Lakabar was talking
Right.
about here.
There, maybe Adam remembers it better. That it was like in beta, this voice system, and that, wait a second. Okay, hold on while I wait. It was in beta. It was free to use at the time, but it was going to be something that you'd have to pay for. And before that happened, they decided to remove it. Maybe that's what it was.
Hmm. Oh, that's an idea, Validate. Just a Discord RP channel.
Yeah, these days it's so much easier, right? With Discord. Back then, it
Yeah,
was
you wouldn't even.
like Ventrilo or something.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have to have it in game. That's so true.
It's more the proximity effect of making it in game would be really cool.
Mm,
And it was pretty
right,
cool.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't remember it working very well, but yeah, it was really cool.
It would definitely have to be optional tech PK for sure. Like, if there was that kind of like voice RP channel in game, personally, I probably wouldn't be using it just because I'd be too shy to be a part of that. I would also just use text, but for those who do want it, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm. And thinking about it, something I just remembered, EverQuest 2 incorporated two systems into their game. I never really used it. I wasn't playing it at the time, but one of them was the ability to change your voice in the game. So they had in-game voice that they incorporated, and you could change your voice to match your character if you wanted to. Like you could talk like a troll or an ogre. You could talk like a
That's
little
cool.
gnome or something.
If
And
we
then
had
they
some
also,
like that, maybe
now,
then.
then they went even further. They had the ability to track your face like you're doing with your character in your avatar's face in the game.
I think I saw. Wasn't that supposed to be for the EverQuest, the new thing that they were doing? I saw a trailer about that actually. So what was that supposed to be? The one, landmark or whatever it was called. Was
Landmark, I
that?
believe that they had that there as well, and they were test driving it. I don't know if it really. Yeah, so Validate, you remember that too. So they incorporated into EverQuest 2 as well, I think, to try to test drive that functionality. They did that a lot with EverQuest 2.
Yeah, I never realized it was actually up and working in EverQuest 2. That's interesting. And Pyro is saying Star Citizen is doing something similar to that with tracking facial features. I didn't know that either. Interesting. You've got
Guys,
the easy. Oh, what is
somebody's in local.
Really? A noob?
Somebody's in local. Anybody know who Thurindis is? Has anybody heard of this character?
We have to track them down.
Okay, let's.
Do we have a plan though?
We're going into one roleplay mode, and we're going into. Thank you, Beanbag. We're no longer grumpy. This is not the time to be grumpy. But thank you for turning that on. Even though I don't look it, I'm feeling it in my heart. Okay, Thurindis. I'm going to say
Of course, Faeran, if we're truly to be role playing, we would not actually be able to see Thurndis, right? We would have to find him physically.
That's right. We would have to hear him. Now, if we go within the rules of Wurm, then the rules of Wurm states that we should be able to hear him within 80 tiles away from us,
So
however
at least
far
he's
that is,
hearing
whatever
us
that is.
talk. And
Right.
your chat is showing there. The local is showing for the stream chat. So now Theron and I are like acting like we're having a conversation, hoping that Thurndis will notice us in local, right? So this is not
Yes,
us talking to Thurndis, but amongst ourselves.
that is true.
So we should probably continue here. Maybe we could even get into some kind of little disagreement.
Saying it now.
And I'm saying, Farron, you can never properly read a map. I mean, here's
Don't
the
think
thing.
this is my fault.
Just think about somebody actually reading our conversation who is not a role player.
Oh, so let's see. Pause. Oh my god. Okay, I just ran into a hellhound. Let's see if we can navigate around this. Oh, another.
Oh, we lost him.
Lake.
We lost him. We got to circle around, Farron.
No. Okay, I will. Let me. Okay.
By the time we meet this person, they're gonna think that I'm like a total bee. I'm just being
We
so
weren't
mean to you
hearing
here in
them
the
do
chat.
anything. Okay, so they're back. So at some point, that means that either. So we got to choose north or south. I'm going to choose south and see what happens. And we'll keep hearing. If anybody starts hearing chopping, digging, it's fairly quiet. Try not to drag the hound to them. We're trying.
Oh man. That's all we need now.
Can't promise anything at this moment.
Yeah, it's starting to pause behind us. I think we're gonna lose it soon.
Cool. So far so good. I'm going this direction.
I have a sneaking suspicion this person is probably not noticing. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Okay,
Here
we got it. We got it. Salutations. Having troubles in this new land? Did a tyrannical king send you to the wolves?
This is a role player, Farron.
Ooh.
You didn't set up an alt, did you, beforehand?
Nope. There's nothing to do with me. I am completely going on just this is a character. They have no idea who we are. They're not watching the stream. Right? And it's Adam. I can guarantee it's not Adam as he's in a car right now, potentially listening to us or potentially not listening to us. I keep going this way.
And who says there aren't role players in Wurm? This guy is like a role player.
I
Look
feel
at that
like when you
beautiful
start doing
phrase.
it,
It happens,
people
yeah.
love to jump in because the lands of Wurm is sort of just like that. Yeah, keep going this direction. He's still in local, but I can't hear him. We know he's there. Pyro, this is like the deed etiquette video.
You know, after all those travels, if this guy turns out to be as juicy as his first phrase, it would have been all
Don't
worth
believe
it going through all of this wilderness to find a guy like this. I wonder if it's somebody in the chat here in the stream chat. It's so hard for me to believe that somebody would have given such a beautiful phrase to us like that. What?
Where?
Oh my gosh.
We aren't lost.
Antirk says Katz is on the hunt for a juicy man. Oh my gosh, Antirk. Oh, hey, he's responding.
It's been a long journey. This place is out to get us all. We must tame it.
This is awesome. This is so awesome.
I'm going to say, you don't happen to know where we are. It's not that we're lost. We just need a small bit of a help. No, I'm going to say, that's better. Still not hearing him. Hopefully, as I go this direction, let's think about this. So we got him into view. So we basically do have to go this way a bit. Because he would be about 80 tiles away from us. It's gonna be interesting to watch you guys try to get home. You're not leaving us here, are you, Pyro?
And I'm saying, we've been traveling the lands for days. I'm parched. Stranger, you wouldn't happen to have a spot of water, would you? See what he says. So are we going to give this guy a task, Faeran?
Yes, we'll have to lead into that. So as we try to find this person, I mean, maybe it's as simple as trying to get this guy. The task is to get this guy to direct us towards Sonata.
Mm-hmm.
That's what our characters really want right now. And if this guy can do it, that's like a skill that we currently do not possess. Okay, still.
He's even using the Old English.
Oh
Faeran.
no.
He says, nay, though I not traveled far from civilization, it seems I made a mistake as well. If I look at this blood-stained map here.
Oh.
Man, it's a role player. That is so cool. I literally
really cool.
cannot believe it. What is the likelihood that we would have bumped into an actual role player here?
I know. So we've made it to the water. And if I go south, let me just make sure I'm going south. I believe this way's south. It's potential that they're around here somewhere, around this water. So Thurin disbelieves you went due east from the town of Sonata. So if we find where that person is and we head east.
He's responding now. I believe I went due east from the town of Sonata.
So depending on where they are. Oh my god. Out of local. Okay, turning back around.
Uh-oh, I hope we didn't miss something. Probably not, because we didn't respond to what he said.
How far did I go? Is that person running away? They might be traveling too. So it sounds more like, okay, so at least it sounds like the person is not, whoa, was that?
It's me. I was thinking that if he could hear our bell ringing, he might come towards us.
Ah. So now the question is, okay, so finally the person is in local. So at this point, like we know two things. One, the person was east of us. And two, the person was north of us. So we have to go north and then go west somehow. East. More tortoises, more wolves, and we could have gotten so much fur. Oh, we got another hellhound. Is that the same hellhound?
Not sure.
Let's move this way.
Wonder where he is. Because, like you say, you would have imagined that person would have been on the shorelines, but I wonder if they're actually walking themselves right now to not settle down anywhere. Pinkstry is saying, did you guys just go through our new deed?
We did not go through a deed.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in the event window about going through any deeds, yeah.
Maybe they're in a boat. I didn't see anybody in a boat. Didn't see any deeds. I mean, we're coming up to the top here. They're still in local. Anybody see a human?
These little bells, by the way, that would be an awesome way. Like if you wanted to go with a friend out into the wilderness and you wanted to go hunting separately, but then meet up, you could find each other through just ringing bells. Is asking, is that the lake at K25? K25. Oh, I don't think so, Ping. No, we're much more west than than the 25 marker. Yeah, we're
So I
much
don't
more west.
see anybody. Ooh. So you can see that the water travels all the way from our east and wraps around us.
There, on the right-hand side. There he is, and he's got newbie clothes on. To the right. Do you see him?
There?
Where the cow and the... nope. There we go.
Oh, look, a
There we go.
crocodile.
Oh man.
How can
How
we
is he
repay
surviving
you?
out?
Did you?
Hello.
This guy's surviving with his newbie clothes. Does he even have any boots on?
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, I feel so sorry for him.
Hello, how are you?
We finally found them.
Fine.
Found the guy. Man, my bet is that he's Lockabar. Is that you, Lockabar? Are you still there? Does maybe he just did a shoey. That's why he doesn't have shoes on.
So I'm asking him like why he doesn't have any shoes. How is he managing in these rough lands?
Yeah.
He's shocked. He's literally lost for words now that we found him.
From where I come from, I am used to the toiling work of a peasant life.
No shoes is just another day in the life.
Some extra.
I could offer him like one of the bells to make him. I could say something along the lines of like it helping him to scare away the predators.
Yeah. I have a.
Of course, I don't want to weigh him down. How much do these bells? Well,
Smell
they
a
weigh
bit,
like
but
0.50. Let me just see if he'll take one of these bells. Ah, he accepted it. Oh, Faeran is offering the shoes off his feet. They smell a bit, but they do protect well against the wildcats. Ah,
oh, yeah, me, buddy. Thanks so much for the follow. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Did anybody pop the cheer? Any subs pop the cheer command? Because we found a person finally. If you did pop it, yes.
And he's saying, please, I cannot take such things. And I said, you can. Stumbling upon such kind souls as yourself is more than its weight in gold.
Yeah.
Can you...
I'm going to write something. Oops. I am a skilled craftsman.
And I'm going to say, can you point to the direction we should go to get to Sonata? What was it called, Sonata, the one? Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
See if he's able to actually use the emote here. So we do have a point emote in Wurm. Okay, he's turning, he's turning.
See, as I look into this point. Well, they said west. And they're looking west. I'm going to give him my shoes.
So, oh, he said, my mistake, southwest. He's going, shoes for me? Ah. I wonder if he lost all his, like, the newbie armor is no drop, though, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it does drop, yeah. Oh, Hackett, good morning. You're just seeing us complete or getting to the end of a role-playing conversation with Thurindis.
Faeran is saying, there you go, use them well and don't mind the smell. And I'm saying, and now I have to smell your bare feet. Pinches her nose. Not good, Faeran, not good.
One day I will pay you in kind. One day. Oh, good luck on your travels.
I really don't know why my character looks all swiveled around on your stream. She's actually facing this guy on my screen. So strange. I saw something like that on Drongo's stream as well. He was sitting down in a chair, or no, he was asking somebody to pose, and they were all like messed up on his stream before the actual persons. They were like sitting properly. Weird.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Amazing, Faeran. We succeeded in finding one person on the
We did it.
server, and it was
Yes.
a role player. How amazing is that? And I know for you guys who are like watching the chat, you're watching the stream, for you guys just to see, the little text there in the box, maybe you saw some of the text above our heads. It probably doesn't feel like much, but when you're actually experiencing it in the game, it is really, really quite a thrill. And especially if you're able
Yeah.
to find somebody who's able to like they have that magical sense about their personality and the character that they're role playing and the things that they say. And especially if you meet somebody in the game who has an imagination and is able to create that kind of magic, it is very, very memorable. Definitely one of my some of my most memorable experiences actually from playing MMOs have been those role playing. Oh, he was ringing the bell. Let me just ring back as a little response. Cute. Did you hear him in the background there?
I actually didn't hear him.
Yeah, he rang
But
the
that's
bell,
pretty
so I just
cool.
responded. Yeah. Hackett is saying, Adam is looking good this morning.
That's right.
Adam looks good every morning.
No, only this morning, because Hackett said so.
Wow, I can't believe it. So are we now? Are we actually going in the right direction now? Are we going
I
southwest?
believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Don't start spinning
You're asking
around.
the person that's constantly spinning around and not realizing. So I will double check, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're going. While we wait, I will eat some food. I believe I brought some in the barrels. Yep. Oh, some have already gone bad, which is okay. Well, I brought so many. Oh no, is there a goblin? Ooh, you want to take it out? Let's take it
Sure.
out.
So since we've talked,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
He's saying this is what he most enjoys, the role play itself, which is why he generally prefer tabletop paper and pencil settings when it is possible. And I think that's completely true. That players that
Much
do like
tabletop, by the way.
D&D, I would say players that do like D&D and that sort of thing would also love the whole roleplay aspect, because that's essentially what you do when you play those games. You are role playing a role in a different world, and the only way to really experience it is to really be able to imagine it in your mind. You have to be kind of creative to do that. And so those players would also come into Wurm, and they would love this whole aspect of role playing, or being immersed in your character and immersed in the world as much as they can.
Mm-hmm. Have you done a lot of that tabletop role playing yourself?
We did when we were younger. So me and Adam, he did it a lot with his friends, and then we would do it sometimes, basically playing D&D every now and then, mostly as teenagers or young teenagers. Once we got older, it's just, those type of things, to have a complete day or more than one day to play a game, like it just doesn't become possible.
Yeah. I've only tried it once. It was Call of the Cthulhu, and I know I'm not like pronouncing that correctly. So that was my one single time that I tried it, and it was interesting. But I have to say, by then I was already playing MMOs and role playing in MMOs, so I think I would have enjoyed that much more had I experienced something like that before finding MMOs to role play in. Yeah.
Ooh. That's just tar. You know what? I stopped a number of times to look at my compass, and I never looked at my never actually looked at the compass. So let me just stop. I was concentrated on eating eating the food and getting my food bar up. So I'll wait and do that. But that was exciting. That was still exciting. The fact that we found a player and he was willing to play along, and we are going southwest. So I'm more confident at this point. We got what we were after, which was directions. We gave him a bell to ward off animals, and we gave him
stinky boots
to protect his feet. Hosed it. Ooh, there's the player, and they have a newbie light.
Ooh.
I can't tell who it is.
Newbie
it's one
alert.
Of the four
Skips.
people. Okay. I'm pretty sure Thurgandis. I keep spelling his name wrong for a reason. My character's really
We
bad
didn't get his name though. We didn't introduce ourselves.
Oh, we
so
did
we
it,
don't
did we?
know. No, we don't know his name.
We didn't, but I kept saying his name wrong, which is funny. Okay, so let's say I'm pretty sure. Oh, that person has a little deed there. I didn't even notice that. A forge, a cart. Okay, so I'm going to say pretty sure that traveler was wrong. We are not anywhere near Sonata, right? Yes. Zetrin,
and
it's so flat.
And I'm saying, or perhaps he was right, and your sense of direction just leaves a lot to be desired. Now this guy is standing at his forge, listening to us arguing.
And Purgy, it's Thurndis. It's spelled right in front of you. Yeah. No, like my character will not spell your name right. Yeah, this place is really flat. It's almost like it's as flat as Deliverance was. Oh god, maybe even a little flatter. I wonder how deep it is before you hit rock. Because on Deliverance, it was about 40 dirt, and then you would hit rock, almost like everywhere.
So I'm saying, hey, I see some smoke. What's that over there?
Maybe it's Sonata.
Oh, that's like the town. Oh, that'd be funny. Let's go ask him. Is this Sonata?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's got a little, not even a mine. I guess he just mined one thing out. Two small carts.
Excuse me, sir. Is this the town of Sonata? Is that a sir or a girl, actually? That could be. Imagine how embarrassing if that's actually a girl. Hold on. I'm going to have to get off and see.
You'd have to get close. It might be. I can't tell.
Oh, it's a girl. Oh, no, it's a boy. It is a boy. It is a boy.
Okay. Let's get off of the cart.
Hello.
Not what I thought it would be.
The answer is just no.
Well, it's not.
But you have a forge. An anvil.
Lots of small carts around, are you sure?
This has got to be Sonata. Faeran, pitch the tent. We found it. I'm being evil. Evil Cats is coming out. Trying to worry this guy. Faeran's saying, wait, Saf, not so fast. Where's the grub?
What do you happen?
Where's our dinner? I was promised a warm 3-course meal once I reached Sonata. Faeran is being so polite. Aw. No. Okay, Cats. Try and control yourself. Don't be so trolly.
No,
so
I
even
don't.
role players. Even role players can be a little bit of a troll. Maybe you can say something like, "Oh, I think my friend's just confused," or. Hold on. So this guy. So the guy in. Of course, he doesn't know my name is Saf, right? So you would.
Only now, because I keep saying your name.
Yeah. And here's something maybe I think a lot of Wurm players don't know, but this old school emoting with the /me actually works in Wurm. So I'm going to use one of those here.
This guy seems really freaked out.
Safarina looks around, bewildered. By the way, is that the cart over there? Okay, I'll hop on. Yeah, we'll leave him alone. Okay, sir, good luck with your smithing.
There's another deed over there. So we had another guy say, it's west of here, alone the lake. I assume he means along the lake.
Yes, Pink Street. Safarina is my character. Yes.
Ah.
Oh, there's another deed. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, please leave me alone. So, yeah. Black Talon. So if this is Black Talon's place.
Yeah, so there was an example of somebody who absolutely did not have any interest in interacting with us and probably actually didn't realize we're role-playing either. He probably thought we were genuinely just noobs who thought they had found.
Which is fine. We got him. Yeah. It's something that if I was that player, I'd be like, wow, I'll never forget these two crazy people.
These dumbasses that came here.
They thought it was Sonata. Okay. Who's this? Raylene.
Hello.
Makazi says he could be role-playing. True, that's true.
He could be
role-playing a non-role player.
Hello.
Oh, wait. Do you see, Faeran? What word did she use? She used the word I. This looks promising. I'm just going to get off here for a moment.
I'll just say
Yes, I'm telling her, "G'day, miss, we're lost. We've been traveling for days and days and days and days. Is this Sonata? Have we finally reached our goal?" Relania is saying, "Oh no, do you have any
Sonata's
idea
close.
where you're trying to go?" And they're saying Sonata is northwest from their deed. And then Rayleigh is saying southwest, northwest.
Southwest, northwest. So it would be that way, this way, I guess. That's what they're saying. What awaits us in Sonata?
A 3-course meal. So do we want to give these guys any kind of
I do.
Yeah.
Let's focus a little bit on their deeds. So it looks like that they're definitely, wow. Did you want to give them this horse?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, do we want to give them a horse or do we want to save that horse for somebody? Because they're clearly collecting horses, so they would
Right.
appreciate it more than maybe perhaps somebody else would. On the other hand, it would be kind of cool to give the horse to somebody who doesn't have enough yet. Like they have a good group going here. I don't know.
I mean, going the way that we were going for a while, almost feel like we should take advantage of. We found people that could actually use a horse.
Yeah, we could incorporate that we've been trying to find a home for this horse, and it looks like they have a perfect home for it.
That sounds good. Let me type that out.
Okay.
Oh.
Is this a stallion or a mare, by the way? That is a stallion. Our stallion has been seeking company for days as well. You wouldn't happen to have some mares looking for little male company, would you? Oh, what are you planning here, Faeran? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm still sort of assessing. So they asked us, "Are we travelers?" Obviously, yes.
That's a good point. Okay, I guess maybe they're using these horses for meat.
possibility.
I'm going to inspect this place a bit. Safrina inspects the ground suspiciously. Safrina peers into the cauldron, seeking signs of blood. Is she trying to offer us a mare? She's probably not under. Like, if she's offering us a horse, we should absolutely give them that stallion then, because that's very kind. Oh, that's so nice. Let me just clarify that.
Oh, they would give us a horse. That's.
Oh, that's so sweet. No, my dear. Our horse is seeking a new home. We were thinking he might be happy here with your mares. Yeah, she would not expect that for us to just come and bring this beautiful gold stallion over here, would she? She's offering to do a trade.
A trade for.
I mean, this would be an opportunity to give her some kind of little task or something.
That's what I was. A little task. Food? Would that be too much?
Hey, I see something on the ground there.
Ooh, you do. The eyeball.
Yes. So you see there's an eyeball here on the next to the a ram eye just sitting there on the ground looking at us. So I'm saying
I have a liking for raw eyeballs.
It's a bit dirty, of course. But I could rinse it off in the sea, in the water. Relania is stunned. Oh, a delicacy, I suppose. It's staring right at me. I think it wants into my mouth. So of course, this is saying, as I try to take it, it's saying steal. I try to eat it and won't let me. So I'm going to try and find a roleplay way around that.
Mm-hmm.
Miss, my knees are bad. Would you mind picking it up and handing it over? Instead of, so a role player would never say that, hey, your permissions are stopping me from taking it. Because, of course, my character doesn't know anything about permissions, right? So I have to find a roleplay way around that. Seeing it in the trade window. She opened the trade window.
And is looking for it, maybe.
Maybe. There isn't any bug related to the trade window right now, is there? Other than the middle
Not that
sector.
I know.
Yeah. Nothing is appearing here at all. So it's just been here for a few minutes, actually.
Well, Saf has bad knees. It's canon now. Commentary. Oh my god, I would have lost it by now with that last comment, Cats. Oh man.
Oh, she's new. Oh, look. Did you see that? Oh, she's doing the OOC with the brackets.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's so lovely. So I'm going to respond to her in
and don't
the
know how to
brackets.
trade. Little
And we
help.
can explain. We can explain to these
That's
guys.
so cool.
No worries. Drag it into the upper right portion.
They're new and they managed to drag a aged hell horse into here.
So role players, sometimes you're forced into a situation where you have to talk. There we go. Where you have to talk out of character, so-called OOC. And let me just bow to her. Thank you. Thank you so much, miss. I'm famished. Safarina takes a bite out of the eyeball. And so now, Faeran, it's your turn. See how Faeran reacts to this. Would you like a nibble, Faeran? I'm going to call you Master Faeran, because you're a leatherworker master. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. No, I thought that was actually Faeran saying that. So Raylan, he was saying, as long as it ain't me own you're taking a bite from, laughs nervously. And I thought that was you, Faeran, because of the whole like eyeball licking thing that has been going on Drongo's stream.
No. Oh my god, Dark Deathwind. Oh man, so giving 5 gifted subs to the community.
Oh my goodness.
Who got them, guys? Nigel, a very loving robots there, Bibsy, Kush Blazing, Warpheus, you all now have a sub. A sub thanks to Deathwind, and you have the ability to use those commands. I think one of those commands is something that we could do. Who wants to pop the cheer command for Deathwind? Oh, there you go, Beanbag. Everybody thank Deathwind for that. That is a
Oh, that's so nice of you,
so
Deathwind.
nice of you. Yeah.
So Faeran, I think have you let go of the horse yet?
Since we ate. Thank you. Not yet, but thank you for being so kind.
We need a fun name for that stallion. I'm just gonna call him our stallion Buttercup. Will be so happy here. I hope he gets along with the herd. And we should ask her for directions as well. Sorry, miss. Which way?
You should say which way again, because they.
Which way again?
They did tell us, but
I've at least forgotten completely what they said.
That's right. Reaganation might want to wipe off the retina from your chin. You know what? I'm going to say that.
Northwest. Northwest it is. Thank you, miss. Faeran wipes off the retina from his chin. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so sweet. So what role players do when they're forced to say something out of character is they will put the phrase in brackets to symbolize that they're now speaking out of character so that you can sort of not have your immersion broken. So this is an actual role player who knows those rules. What is the likelihood? Who was it? Somebody said on the forums that they've never ever seen a role playing happening in Wurm. And now, Faeran, within a few hours, we have met how many people so far? We've met like 3 or 4 people, and half of those people have been role players so far. So I refuse to believe that role players do not exist in Wurm.
I'm just wondering how long it's going to be before they figure out the trading window.
Yeah, the problem is it's missing that middle part. I did talk to
I think it was a little more. It's always been a weird window, even in the past. Willow, how many eyeballs do I have to eat before to become an RP? Worming. About 4. Faeran can't talk. He's role playing a deer. I can do both at the same time.
Did they finally accept it?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
We are off. It's not south. What did we say? Southwest?
Let me see.
Or was it northwest? It was northwest. And now I'm going to go in the opposite direction.
Fair. So evil. No. She'll be worried that we went off into the wrong direction. Oh. But seriously, guys, did you just see that? Did you just witness that? We met a second actual role player in the game. This was not a fluke chance. This was an actual role player because she knew how to use the brackets to talk out of character. Who says there are not role players in Wurm? Oh, she's shouting Northwest. Oh, Faeran, you're so evil.